What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to my YouTube channel. For those of you that don't know, or for those of you that do know, I am actually working on a movie right now called The Reckoning, which is set to premiere next year. I'm gonna post it up on YouTube for free so you guys can see it for yourselves. The Reckoning is a found footage horror film. So in the spirit of found footage horror films, in today's video, I have an entire collection of found footage horror films straight from my DVD collection that you see in the background. This is a collection of found footage horror films, and we are going to go over it right now. So the first one, the first movie we're going to take a look at here is called The Houses October Built. Underneath the fake blood and cheap masks of countless haunted house attractions across the country, there are whispers of a truly terrifying alternative, looking to find an authentic, blood-curdling good fright for Halloween. 5 friends set off on a road trip in an RV to track down this underground haunt. Just when their search seems to reach a dead end, strange and disturbing things start happening, and it becomes clear that the haunt has come to them. So as you can see, this film is about an extreme underground haunt. And just like in The Reckoning is also about an extreme underground haunt. Which is why I wanted to show you this first. Up next is The Houses October Built 2. This is the sequel to The Houses October Built. Recovering from the trauma of being kidnapped last Halloween by the Blue Skeleton, a group who takes extreme hunt to another level, 5 friends decide they must face their fears in order to move on. When they head back out on the road to visit more haunted house attractions, signs of the Blue Skeleton start appearing again, and a new terror begins. Up next, it is As Above, So Below. Miles of twisting catacombs laid beneath the streets of Paris, the eternal home to countless souls. When a team of explorers ventures into the uncharted maze of bones, they uncover the dark secret that lies within this city of the dead. A journey into madness and terror, As Above, So Below, reaches deep into the human psyche to reveal the personal demons that come back to hunt us all. The next one we're going to talk about here is called The Sacrament. 2 journalists set out to document their friend's journey to reunite with his estranged sister. They track her to an undisclosed location where they are welcomed into the remote world of Eden Parish, a self-sustained rural utopia composed of nearly 200 members and overseen by a mysterious leader known only as Father. It quickly becomes evident to the newcomers that this paradise may not be as it seems. Eden Parish harbors a twisted secret. What started as just another documentary shoot soon becomes a fight for survival. Up next is the Blair Witch Project. The original Blair Witch Project. This is a classic. I'm sure most of you have already seen this film or have heard of this film. If not, I will very quickly brief it for you. In October of 1994, 3 student filmmakers disappeared in the woods near Burkittsville, Maryland, while shooting a documentary. A year later, their footage was found. Simple concept, the Blair Witch Project. One of the most horrifying horror films to ever exist. Found footage horror films. Speaking of Blair Witch, this is the next one here, Blair Witch. This is the reboot, I guess, or the sequel that they did to Blair Witch. I'm not exactly sure what it is. I'll have to look into it. But this is Blair Witch. A group of college students venture into the Black Hills Forest in Maryland to uncover the mystery surrounding the disappearance of their friend's sister, who many believe is connected to the legend of the Blair Witch. At first, the group is hopeful, especially when a pair of locals offer to act as guides through the dark and winding woods. But as the endless night wears on, the group is visited by a menacing presence. Slowly, they begin to realize the legend is all too real and more sinister than they could have imagined. Up next is Antrum, the deadliest film ever made. This movie is absolutely not only is it horrifying, but it just makes you feel very disgusted after watching the film. But anyway, this is a found footage horror film as well, Antrum. Rumored to have been lost, Antrum appears as a cursed film from the 1970s. Viewers are warned to proceed with caution. It's said to be a story about a young boy and girl who enter the forest to save the soul of their recently deceased pet. They journey to the Antrum, the very spot the devil landed after being cast out of heaven. There, the children begin to dig a hole to hell. Up next is Dashcam. Wary of pandemic life, Annie makes a surprise, unwelcome visit to her old bandmate, Stretch, stealing his car and taking over his food delivery gig while live streaming outrageous antics for internet fans. But when she accepts an unusual job, driving a sketchy, frail woman to safety, she is entangled with an evil she could not have imagined. Now, Annie and Stretch find themselves fighting for their lives against a supernatural creature intent on making Annie its new host. Up next is Followed. Look at that creepy image, man. That's crazy. Mike, aka Drop the Mic, a popular vlogger and social media influencer, is offered a $250,000 sponsorship from retailer Haute Gothic if he can get 50,000 subscribers by Halloween. His followers vote for him to stay 3 nights at Hotel Lenox in room 1428, which was formerly occupied by devil-worshipping serial killer David Nightcrawler. Almost. Mike gathers a crew and interviews an expert about the hotel who tells them of the chilling ghosts and spirits that inhabit it, as well as the terrifying elevator ritual. The crew think the thing is a big joke, but once they enter the hotel and start messing around, they realize they've made a huge mistake. Up next is The Gallows. In 1993, an accident results in the death of an actor during a high school play. 20 years later, a theater group at the same school resurrects the production to mark the tragedy. In an attempt to sabotage the play, 3 students break into the school at night, only to discover that the horrors of the past don't always stay buried, as their own cameras capture a series of chilling and inexplicable incidents that leads to a shocking climax. Up next we have Hangman. In this chilling found footage style horror film, a masked man breaks into a family's home and unknowingly takes refuge in their attic. Unaware of the intruder's presence, the sadistic stranger slowly begins to terrorize the suburban family, watching their every move before eventually killing them off with no clear motive or end to his madness. Up next is the Ultimate Paranormal Activity Collection, as well as Paranormal Activity Next of Kin. But that being said, let's start off with the Ultimate Paranormal Activity Collection. This comes with all 6 films: the Paranormal Activity, Paranormal Activity 2, Paranormal Activity 3, Paranormal Activity 4, Paranormal Activity, the marked ones, and Paranormal Activity, the Ghost Dimension. And then up next we have Paranormal Activity Next of Kin. This newest, most terrifying installment in the Paranormal Activity universe is an altogether different experience in horror from producers Jason Blum, who produced The Conjuring, and Oren Peli, who produced Paranormal Activity. Margaret is a documentary filmmaker looking to meet her long-lost mother and extended family in a secluded Amish community. She and her film crew soon realize the family that welcomes them into their home might be hiding a sinister secret. Up next is The Purging Hour. With the hopes of a new life for his family, Bruce Diaz left the harsh city for the serene and majestic mountains of California. The Diaz family's first day in their new house would go down as one of the most violent 24 hours any family has ever experienced. With no real evidence retrieved and no witnesses found, the case was eventually dismissed. Several years later, the family's personal home movie footage was released by an anonymous source. The Purging Hour recounts the family's horrific experience through the footage they left behind. Up next is The Pyramid. The age-old wonders of the world have long cursed explorers who've dared to unlock their mysteries, but a team of archaeologists gets more than they bargained for when they discover a lost pyramid unlike any other in the Egyptian desert. As they begin to uncover its horrifying secrets, they realize they're being relentlessly hunted by an ancient evil more nightmarish than anything they could have imagined. Up next is VHS. VHS is a point of view found footage horror film from the perspective of America's top genre filmmakers. In VHS, a group of misfits are hired by an unknown third party to burglarize a desolate, I guess that's how you say it, a desolate house in the countryside and acquire a rare tape. Upon searching the house, the guys are confronted with a dead body, a hub of old televisions, and an endless supply of cryptic footage, each video stranger and more inexplicably terrifying than the last. So there you go, guys. That is the found footage horror films in my collection. For those of you that are not subscribed to my YouTube channel, thank you for visiting my YouTube channel. And for those of you that are actually subscribed, thank you for being subscribed. That being said, stick around for The Reckoning, which is set to premiere next year. It's a found footage horror film about an extreme underground haunt called The Reckoning. Thank you, and I will see you guys next time.